So PGP stands for Pretty Good Privacy, which is invented by Phil Zimmerman in 1991. So web trust is where you don't have a centralized PKI environment, but you want to exchange the certificates. So you want certificates to work just as you would. So you authorize within the group of people so that you can exchange certificate. So we do that is by using the PGP and use it for the data encryption and decryption, and also it was used for signing. So you can use it for encrypt files, emails, and one of the tools, that's why I am bringing this up. Again, one of those tools I am going to talk about is disk partition encryption tool that uses PGP for it, and there is a great history behind PGP at that time when it came out at 1991. Getting a good encryption was at that time was pretty tough. So this encryption that necessarily the government didn't have any access. So what we talk about that the government access the keys because you are using it with your friends, but the government is not involved. So one of the challenges is this, that there was going to be better encryption that were allowed to be exported, but PGP was designed to provide the four aspects of security like privacy, integrity, authentication, and non-repudiation in the sending of email. And PGP uses a digital signature to provide integrity, authentication, and non-repudiation, and it uses a combination of secret key encryption and public key encryption to provide privacy. Therefore, we can say that the digital signature uses one hash function, one secret key, and two private public key pairs. So it is an open source and freely available software package for email security, and PGP provides authentication through the use of digital signature, and it provides confidentiality through the use of symmetric block encryption. Also, there is some disadvantages of PGP, like the defined version of PGP complicate the administration, and both the sender and the receiver must have compatible version of PGP. For example, if you encrypt an email by using PGP with another of the encryption technique, the receiver has a different version of PGP which then cannot read the data because there is no compatible between this and the previous version. PGP is a complex technique. Other security schemes use symmetric encryption that uses one key, or asymmetric encryption that uses two different keys, but PGP uses a hybrid approach that implements symmetric encryption with two keys, and PGP also a very complex, so it's a less familiar than the traditional symmetric or asymmetric method. And the final part is that computer administration face a problem when losing their password. So in such situations, an administration should use a special program to retrieve password. For example, a technician has physical access to a PC which can be used to retrieve password. However, PGP does not offer such a special program for recovery, and the encryption method which is very strong, so it does not retrieve the program password. In a result, it lost messages or it lost files.